Oh, oh, hello. Well, I thought I had it like. Never mind. I thought I had an intro attached to that, but apparently not. So I didn't have the room. I thought I didn't have the room to breathe. I thought I did. So this is the Comic Lounge, and we're just gonna talk about stuff. I don't know if anybody will show up tonight. Don't look too good right now, but we'll talk about. We're gonna have another show after this. I'm going to review for good cinema. We're going to be talking about. Well, we got somebody here. Welcome in, Adamantium Blade Comic Collectibles.
What's up?
We're gonna try to do that movie tonight. I'm just gonna do this show for like 2 hours.
Okay.
Because I got company coming over anyway. So,
Oh,
and I don't know. It seemed like there's a lot of shows on tonight. So just a lot of normal people won't be here. Of course, Glenn is in Europe right now. So is WVOGS 18. So
yeah. It's kind of a heavy day too.
yeah. And we're going to be talking about the Winter Soldiers later, so we'll be going to talk about international
Mars.
intrigue and all kinds of stuff. I got some clips for it.
Who the hell is Bucky?
I watched it again today. What's up? Hey, Mark. How you doing? Missy Mars. Comic is here. Oh, I got check this out. I put magnets on the back of the bag and board.
Hey, there you go.
And
Awesome.
I got the magnets worked better than I thought they would. We got all these pictures up,
Sweet.
and I gotta get some stuff.
Farrah Fawcett, baby.
Yeah. It didn't work with the slabs. I tried it. I tried to put like 4 strips on each side of. It won't hold. It's too heavy. It slides. It'll hold, but it'll just slowly slide down the wall. So I'm going to have to, yeah. So that's not
You
going
think
to work.
you wake up and you're like, is there a poltergeist in my house? Who moved that?
Yeah, I know. But so I'm going to get some screws and just put it, behind me right here. So
Yeah.
I'm going to put like more. I just thought I'd grab random comics like I did like a Sergeant Rock, Man of Steel, like a G.I. Joe reprint. Something that's not that valuable. I'm not going to be putting like $150 book on the wall with a magnet. So
Right.
but
I get it.
we're getting it's coming together. I got some posters coming up. Oh, look here, we got another person here.
We have another person here.
E-Man.
Hey.
Did you see what I did? E-Man, did you see my display? Were you watching?
I did not. Look at.
I just put magnets on the back of them because my walls are made out of enamel steel, and I just put it on the back of the bag and board, and just stuck it up against the wall.
That makes sense. That's a good.
So I'm going to go all the way across. I just have all this other stuff like that. That headboard has to be moved out of my room. It's not.
That is smart. I like that.
I'll take this moment to say I'm enjoying my comic capsules.
Hey, look at that.
Recommended by our friend E-Man here.
Oh, I can make sure you enter 10%.
I'm going to be getting some next time.
I don't know, E-Man.
I can use those to display on the wall.
E-Man, do you leave the bags on or no?
I don't. But
okay, I think I'm going to take them off. Yeah.
But here's the thing, though. If you live like in a high humid area,
so that's what it looks like with the bags.
If you live like in a high humid area, I would keep the bag on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it like if you're in Florida or something like that, keep the bag in because.
But they look really good.
I like them. I like them a lot.
I want to get the assorted color ones.
Yeah, the Skittles.
The Skittles pack, the color.
Yeah,
I'm going to get one, E-Man. But I need to know that. What's that? Tell everybody in the audience what's the code again.
Yeah.
Are we live? Are we live? Is this live? I thought we were backstage. All right, everyone. Make sure you guys head on over to comiccapsule.com and enter code EMAN10 for 10% off your first order.
Oh, maybe I got one of my lots. I got another one. I got 2 of these.
Oh.
But I'm trying to set it up. I mean, so I pointed it up like here, but I think if I got 2 of them, it'll look better, right? When I get the other one set up.
Big. I'll pop that up there too.
Oh, look at that. So, Matt, with you, I see this. So here's a tip for you, right? Because you're like in a white room, I would bounce that light off of the wall and it'll kind of diffuse it a little bit so that way it's not so harsh. And then turn it more like towards the probably a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit. Like bounce it against the wall. Don't shine the light at you. Shine it at the wall, and the wall would actually act as a diffuser, and it'll soften it up a little bit.
And then he told me to take my pants off. This is what it looks like.
Yeah. Or you want to turn down. One thing you want to do too is turn down the brightness down to like maybe 10%.
Yeah, I got a little controller here. Hold
on. Yeah, you don't want it full blast. Like it's gonna totally like make it hella
bright. It'll blind you. It will blind you.
Yeah. So I have this. I have this studio light like that's right above me. It's like a $175 studio light with a softbox. Yeah. And this right here, I have it like at 10% in my room.
I got like the cool little effects. Like, look here, that's kind of cool now. Kind of cool, maybe. Yeah. Oh yeah. Does anybody remember? There was a sketch comedy show on MTV called The State, and they would go, "I'm LeVon and I'm Barry." Oh yeah, and they had these golf balls in their hand. They go like, "What do you want to do with that pudding, Barry?" He goes, "I want to dip my balls in it." Look it up. It's one of these days. The State. I'm trying to go through the different colors. Like, here we go. Really never meant to cause you any trouble. Never meant to cause you any pain. Little Purple Rain in the background.
Oh, I saw I don't know what you call it. It's a show where a guy brings on pretty well-known bands, and then he hits them with a song and says, "Hey, we want you guys to talk about it for a couple hours, figure out how you want to do it, but we want you to do your own version of this big hit song." They brought on the Spin Doctors.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and the Spin Doctors are like, "Oh shit, you're dropping Purple Rain on us? Come on, man. Come on, that ain't cool. That's not fair." That's like one of the, But they did it, and I can't remember the lead singer's name, but he got like a little bit of emotional about it,
Yeah. Yeah, he got a little emotional. I don't blame him though. Well,
that's a heavy song.
Those songs, like, I remember, like, there's certain songs I remember, like, dancing to, like, slow dances. Like your first slow dance.
Yeah.
At
oh man,
it was in 8th grade. I remember, and it was a fucking Richard Marx song.
See, it was like Belle Biv DeVoe and Jodeci for me in 8th grade.
Oh, there you go. Old school hip hop.
Jodeci.
Oh yeah.
What about Tony?
Tony. So funny thing about Tony. Raphael Sadiq, one of the singers of Tony. I used to work at a bank in the Bay Area, and Raphael Sadiq went in there regularly to deposit checks. Okay. Like, I've helped him out several times while working at the bank. Like, there were a few times he would just only go to me because I wouldn't make it a big deal. I'm like, "What's going on, man? How's it going?" Just tried to be cool, but there's other people like, "Oh my God, you're from Tony. I was leave him alone. That's not what he wants. That's not what he wants." Like, I had a football player that came in once too, and I was like, "Hey man, like, you look like so and so." He's like, "Yeah, I get that a lot." I sat him down at my desk and looked at his ID. I'm like, "Son of a bitch, it is actually you." And I fangirled just a little bit. I'm like, "Hold on, give me just a second. Let me go talk to my manager right quick." I went in the back. I'm like, "Oh my God, it's so-and-so from the 49ers. Like, I flipped out, right? And I came back out and I helped him out. I had to be real cool. I just needed to let it out. But just the fact that I helped out like someone from my favorite team at the time, I was like, "Yeah, this is dope."
It's kind of like
my first slow dance. I remember it vividly. Was 7th grade, and it was to Madonna's "Crazy for You."
Oh,
at that real slow.
Yeah.
And I was so racked with nerves. I was like, "Why is this song so slow and taking forever?"
That's a long song. Yeah.
It was, bro. It was forever.
That's a good 5-minute song right there for sure.
And we're just sitting there doing the the fucking seventh grade
yeah,
sway.
Like the side to side, hand on the
it's gonna be
head.
like Isaac Hayes.
Make sure there's room for God.
If
Yeah.
it's gonna be like an Isaac Hayes song, you gotta kind of stretch it out because Isaac Hayes is like a 12-minute song. You know, he's gonna go on. Oh yeah,
Isaac Hayes.
you know, it's gonna.
My dad loves Isaac Hayes.
Classic, man.
I do
can you
too.
not?
Oh, Isaac Hayes.
Well,
yeah.
Hold on.
Curtis Mayfield. I told you know, well, I know E-Man knows it. Freaky Louie. He's the man, the myth, the legend. You know, he's working on a song for me, and instead of like that song from Superfly called "The Pusher Man" by Curtis Mayfield, it's like Pusher Man. I said, why don't we do that? But instead of Pusher Man, Comic Man. You know, so we'll see what he can do with that. Hopefully,
Louis going to be able to pull it off, like for sure. Louis going to be able to. Louis knows how to do stuff like that. I wish I was like that, where I could just redo lyrics. But Louis is on point with that, man. He makes things so.
Yeah,
funny.
Mark, that's what we call baby making music. Because I have a feeling a lot of people have been stressed out while Isaac Hayes plays, man. Yeah, I say there's a lot of women got pregnant listening to Barry White and Isaac Hayes.
Marvin
You
Gaye.
could probably just play it right now, and they would probably start ovulating. You know, I'm just saying. I don't know. You
can
check it out.
That's some
Marvin
classic.
Gaye, especially. You know.
Oh, yeah.
I kind of like these lights, though. I feel like I'm at a discotheque or something. Like, somebody do a beat like a. I feel like I'm in a rave and shit. All right. I'll switch every now and then, intermittently. That's green. I think that's green. Here we go. Like, you can't see it though, but it's like making like a weird
gray.
Like
mix.
Yeah, it's like mix them up. E-Man's got me obsessed with toy photography now. I've got to try this now.
It was just something that I'm like.
Well, it's kind of a natural progression, isn't it? You get all these toys now. Let's do something cool with them.
Yeah, that's exactly how I looked at it. There was this one guy that I saw online who posted a bunch. Like he posts a lot of like really, really dope toy photography. Yeah. Who's a part of like one of the Transformer groups that I'm on on Facebook, and I reached out to him. Like I wasn't sure if he's gonna like give me any tips or anything like that, but like him and I were talking back and forth, man, because this guy's stuff is amazing. Like,
yeah,
his name is online. I think he goes by B.Dixon Photography. His photography for toys is out of this world. He's got like dioramas and everything, like cool backgrounds. And I asked him about lighting, and he was teaching me about it. He was teaching me about how to set up the lights and how to do this and that. And I was like, wow, like it definitely leveled up my toy photography. And I'm constantly learning, how to make the light softer, how to, tinker around with the settings on my phone, or not on my phone, but on my camera, just things like that. And I'm like, I'm at the point now where I'm like, shit, I think I'm gonna have to buy like some more. I might need to buy like another lens, and that's gonna get expensive. And I'm just like, I had a good time with it. I'm having a good time with it, and I'm gonna continue.
There's quite a few. I wouldn't say a whole lot, but there's a good handful of like serious toy photography channels, and they use like smoke explosions and shit, like small explosions, and the stuff that they produce, the pictures. I'm like, wow, how'd you make a toy look almost like a movie shot,
like so dynamic like that, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen the people that have the G.I. Joe classified figures? They shoot whole movies. They shot a movie about Bazooka, like an action film, and I watched it. It was actually pretty good. It was all stop motion with all their classified action figures.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot more of that on my feed. Is the stop motion toy videos that a lot of people have been posting. I'm like, dude, those are dope. Those are so sick.
Hey, Dan, you want to come on, Dan? It's in the group chat. I can send it to you.
That's a world that I know for a fact I cannot get into. Stop motion? No way. No way would I be able to do something like that.
Can you imagine the time? the time invested in that. Oh,
Do you remember
you're
the
talking. You got to set days
there
aside.
was a funny thing about that on Parks and Rec. Remember the show, the sitcom Parks and Recreation? And one guy lost his job, Amy Poehler's boyfriend, and he told his friend, he told Rob Lowe, I've been doing stop motion in my time off since I got fired. He said, "Let me see what you got." He goes, "Well," he says, "all right, I think it's pretty good. I've been working on it for 2 weeks." And it's like 2 seconds of footage of him moving. It took him 2 weeks to get him to move like an inch.
I mean, keep in mind, like, a lot of stuff is 24 frames per second. So, like, in 1 second, you have to move that figure 24 times just to get an actual decent 1 second shot.
All right, now I got to get my phone out.
It's crazy to think that like a 60 second thing would be just what 240, more than that, like
1,440 movements for 1 minute.
It's crazy.
Oh my god,
1,400. So that's 24. So he said 24 movements per second.
24 frames. Yeah, 24 movements per second is 24 frames per second. It's just,
so in 160-second chunk, that's 1,444 frames. So I'm assuming he's moving shit a little bit each frame.
Yeah, it's
crazy.
crazy.
I'm having a dance party over here.
Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and
that kind of reminds me of going to the club back in the day. Like, all right, let's see, where's the ladies at? Oh, they're over there not talking to me. All right, okay, at least we know where they're at.
I never got into those clubs though. That constant just thud, 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 thud. After a while, I was like, I can't do it, man. I can't do it.
E-Man, next year, Heroes Con, if you go back,
we're going to
dress like the Night at the Roxbury guys and be like,
Man, I was a raver myself though, Jeff. Like that was my shit, right? The dong 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 dong. And then like as time went on, like it was like different styles. There was gabber, there was happy hardcore, and then like there was drum and bass and jungle. You know, I was like, oh, let me get away from the house stuff. Let me get to this hard hitting bass.
My next door neighbor had a gaggle of young 20-something daughters. They were different than I was. We were friends, but none of us ever hooked up or anything. But they were rave fanatics, and they wore some wild shit, bro.
Oh, they still
wild
do.
Shit.
Hey, you know what goes with this right here? This strobing. I'm the fire
trying to get me to go.
Tremendous fire starter.
Oh man, the Prodigy, they were badass too.
This one chick was like a pink winged dragon. Like she had the wings and like pink feathers and some wild goggles and shit. She's like, "Hey, we're going to San Francisco. It's gonna be a badass rave. Just come with us. Come with us." I was like, "No, I'm not going."
And that's the funny thing. And I was talking to my kids about this. Like ravers now, they're not the same ravers as what I did. No. Like my raving, yeah, we had like candy bracelets and candy necklaces and stuff like that, but we wore big baggy stuff. Like we weren't there showing off body. Like the girls weren't there to show off their body. Everyone was there like trying to get, score some drugs and music.
And Mark's genre mixer has a good point though. Get out if a bunch of attractive vampires show up and blood starts pouring down from the sprinklers. Yep, it's time to leave because blades get
blood rave. Yeah, see, my raving days was it's not the same. Like my raving days, we danced. Might have been on something, but we danced. We were on the floor. Everyone was on the floor. No one was on a phone. No one was looking around. Everyone was dancing. No matter how stupid or how good you were, everyone was dancing. Nowadays, these raves are not even raves. They're concerts. And there's nothing wrong with them. They're just not raves. Don't call them a rave because they're more concerts.
Yeah,
everyone looks at the DJ. Everyone looks
at
the
girls. Light. They didn't dress up revealingly, they weren't like, here's my boobs, here's my butt, here's my legs. They were more like just more colorful, but also that was the scene back then, like the early 90s, the mid 90s, late 90s.
Oh, then
it was
like
full disclosure, I was a beer and weed guy. I didn't venture outside of those realms. And they were into some other chemicals. That's why I was like, yeah, I can't. That's not my thing. It's just my personal choice,
I don't know what you're talking about. What chemicals? What chemicals that begin with?
Are we talking about Prozac?
Or E? Or
I don't know. I think they had Smarties. They were eating Smarties.
Yeah. There you go. It was Smarties. 4 at a time.
Like the ones with Ronald Reagan on their face. We we had a piece of paper cut into little pieces, and I'm not going to tell you what was on it, but it was in the shape of Ronald Reagan's face.
They weren't used to mail comic books out, were they? That kind of paper, right? That, little square.
No, well, they had one that looked like George W. Bush.
This is a family show, Matt. What are we talking about? Jeez.
The Comic Lounge.
We're talking about
There's just a mark over here.
This is the kind of thing we talk about in the Comic Lounge. Like the time I dropped acid and decided to watch Apocalypse Now on Platoon. We went outside and thought we were fighting the BC.
Wow. That's one thing I've never done. I've never done acid. I'm good.
No, you want to keep saying that. You don't want to try it. Trust me.
No. I did mess around with mushrooms.
If you happen to do it, whatever you do, don't look at yourself in the mirror.
No.
Well, the girls next door, they weren't really big on that. They were big on the one that, like, when they were getting ready to go, and they're like, come on. They're like, oh my God, your arm feels so cool. And everything feels really, they want to touch your hair. And it's like, oh, hey.
Phil wants to know how babies are made next.
I know
okay.
exactly
well, see,
what you're talking about,
okay.
Jeff.
It's funny you mentioned this, Phil. I have a chart here. We have a flow chart. And as you can see here, you have a man.
So a mommy and a daddy, right?
So it's a mommy and daddy really love each other.
Don't go to the drive-in.
They go to the drive-in, and they pay the stork to help make the baby. It's a really uncomfortable situation. Very weird. And for some reason, there's a picture of B. Arthur on the wall.
Micro dot.
There we go.
There you go.
Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and. Oh, those were the days back when I was younger. Back in my day.
I don't know. Do they still do that stuff? I know they changed. It's more like a concert, you said now.
Yeah, it's more like a concert. And do they do that stuff? Yes, but it's very scary. Like on the real. Let's do this as a public safety.
Well, there's a lot of stuff they're putting in stuff.
Be very careful.
It's not good anymore.
If you have kids that are that age that are doing it, talk to them about it. If you have kids who are curious, like talk to them about it. Don't hide them and don't shelter them, because nowadays the drugs at the raves, it's very, very possible that they're cut with fentanyl, and that is the scariest thing to me.
One pill and it's over.
Absolute scariest thing to me.
Well, the thing is, like, these people are not pharmacists. When they put stuff in there like that, what if one corner of it gets more of that product than it doesn't get evenly distributed in what you mixed it in?
Exactly.
And somebody gets like the strongest part of it, or even if somebody gets a little bit of it. There was a police officer. They had to give him Narcan.
Mm-hmm.
He's a state police officer because he touched it, the powder with his hand, and it went through his hand.
Yeah,
and he about fell out right there. They had to call like an EMT to come give him like some kind of spray they put in your nose.
Narcan.
Yeah. Narcan. Yeah, it's very dangerous. Like
the drug's called naloxone.
For what?
Naloxone.
It's the stuff that's in Narcan's the product name, but the thing's called naloxone.
The stuff that
what happens is when the fentanyl adheres to your receptors, the naloxone comes in and knocks it off the receptors, so you come back to.
Yeah, it's supposed to be kind of blocker.
They also give those things called. It's also in a thing called Suboxone that they use for people to try to get them to come off of that stuff. Although then they get hooked on that, so that I don't recommend that.
What's up, Tat?
I feel like we got a call right now. We're taking calls right now. If anybody wants to call in, has any questions for me, man, and
say no to drugs. Say no to drugs. That's what you want to do. Just say no to that.
Yeah.
Just make it easy. Stick to alcohol, or don't.
I mean,
I got out of that too.
I got out of law enforcement in 2019, and it seems like it was just a matter of maybe 2 or 3 years after that fentanyl just hit like a tidal wave, and it was fucking everywhere, just everywhere.
Yeah,
cops were carrying around like multiple doses of Narcan.
Yeah. See, I work in San Francisco, Jeff. Like I work
Oh,
in the
then
city, and I
you know.
see like that the people passing out on fent. It's literally everywhere. I get off the train and I
Well, I
walk
mean,
to
I'm just
work,
telling you
and
what I heard.
there's
The
people
guy
just lunged
touched it.
over, just lit. It's
How do
not
those
cool.
I could
people
be,
stay on
I
their
could be
feet
wrong, Mark.
that are completely
I'm pretty
bent in
sure.
half, bro?
No, I don't know. I've
How
always
does
wondered that too.
how does their spine do that?
I
Like
don't.
their bottom half is erect, but the top half is
It's just
bent
like
this way,
bent over. Yeah, it
and they're
is.
just they're like a statue.
It is crazy, like
Uh,
what these people put themselves through. I'm good. I'm good. I'm cool. You think
scary as
they're
hell.
not dangerous in a sense that they don't really attack anyone. They just kind of stick to themselves, but at the same time, it's just they're littered all over the city, just hunged over, just on it, off it, whatever. And it's very scary, and it's very scary to think that they're on something like that that makes them
It
do
says it's
something like
highly
that.
unlikely to overdose by touching it, but the one I'm talking about, there's another one that's a fentanyl. They call it car fentanyl, which is used for like elephants.
That's crazy. That's
Uh,
crazy.
what do you call it? I can't remember the chemical name, but PCP is an elephant tranquilizer. Fencyclidine, I believe it's called.
Oh my god, that's a big word. I'm okay. I'm good. Well, I'll stick to using my
I'll be
money
right back, guys.
irresponsibly on comic books and Transformers. That's what I would do. That's where my money goes. Comic books and Transformers.
Well, that's why I always say they're like, you spend a lot of money on comics this month, Matt. I'm like, yeah, well, at least I didn't buy a bunch of crack.
Very true. It's cheap, but comic books last longer, and they're more entertaining.
Yeah,
And
and I'm not going to sell like everything else in the house to get comic books. So
exactly. So, what'd you pick up this week for comic books?
oh well, I'll show you. And we're just talking about people overdose on drugs. A very unseemly thing to talk about on Thursday night. All right.
This is a family show. You know, we did PSAs. What we're telling people is don't do it. Stay away.
Are you a fan of Todd McFarlane?
I know of him, and actually because of Todd, I got into comics. So yes, I'm a fan of Todd McFarlane.
I got this. He did some of these Marvel Comics Presents his Shadow Cat or Kitty Pryde.
Ooh, look at that dynamic just falling through.
This is Barry Windsor Smith, but I collect all these Marvel Comics Presents. They have all these stories. Like there are like 2 or 3 stories in it, but they had this one here where it's like the Weapon X, where you discover how Wolverine got the adamantium in his skeletal system. And then there's another McFarlane Marvel Tales. He did a lot of these too, like a few of these covers, like where he did like. I like it when you see one of Todd with drawing X-Men, because he didn't really draw a lot of X-Men, I don't think. I wish he had. We got the first appearance of D-Man. He's not Wolverine. It's not Daredevil. It's D-Man, and he's laying the D all over town, ladies. I'm telling you.
Oh my goodness. This is a family show, sir.
Oh my God! Let me clutch my pearls.
Put your D away, sir.
That I got this one for Mad Spidey because he wanted it. I told him last week. I said I think I'll send it to Rob because Rob's got a bunch of stuff to mail him, and I've got to donate something for Comics Curing Cancer. By the way, everybody, C3's coming up, so save up your nickels and dimes. And if you're going to buy comics, at least you can say, when the old lady gets on you and says, "Why did you buy so many comics?" It was for a good cause, honey. It all went to the Comics Curing Cancer. And then, you know what? You might stay out of the doghouse and get to buy comics.
I just donated to a charity, my love, and in return, they granted me the option of picking up comic books. That's what I didn't purchase anything. This is a tax write-off, my love. Don't worry about it.
And it was we were paying to repatriate these comic books back into society.
Exactly. See,
right?
we're here.
Shazam #1. This is the first Captain Marvel at DC.
Ooh.
Every time I say Shazam, though, I feel like Gomer. Shazam.
What's worse, cancer and an
Ah.
angry wife? Phil's not sure. That's a fantastic question. I don't want to cross either paths.
I'm not going to attempt to answer that one myself, but maybe somebody in the chat could answer that for you. We got some of this Nemesis. This is cool. It's Mark Miller. He's like a psychotic. So imagine if Batman was schizophrenic and he was not on his meds. And that's what you get would be Nemesis. Except so
I read the
you have a
first
person
series.
that's completely clinically insane, but they have the same ability and brain as Batman.
Yeah. Nemesis, the first series I have, like I think it's like 4 or 5 issues. Man, that series was badass. I just never followed up because I know there was like another Nemesis story with I think Jorge Corona as the artist, like another badass artist.
There we
I
go.
never followed up. Eric Larson, Spider-Man there. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Beautiful looking.
Here's another badass artist, John Byrne.
John?
Yeah.
That's a classic right there.
I love the way John Byrne draws both Superman and Batman.
Yeah, I think it's a good Superman. Here he is, Superman helping out the less fortunate. Hey, Razor Comics, sick covers, bro.
Cobra.
Yeah, we're just showing some comics off here. I collect a lot of the Superman John Byrne stuff, but I like this one here. Man, look, somebody's playing a nasty trick on Superman. Says, "Kick me hard."
Oh no! Yeah. Go ahead, do that. I dare you. Go ahead and kick Superman.
I dare you
hard
to kick
in the
Superman.
buttock.
I dare you. So, Razor, you come on if you want, right?
Exactly.
What are you looking at?
Whoa, what are you looking
Superman?
at, sir?
Mr. Dead Skull Superman. That's some respect.
That's a ringtone. That's a ringtone right there, boy.
Well, Matt's on the phone, my friend E-Man. Now that I have your undivided attention,
You do, Jeff.
what G1 84, 83, 84, 85 Transformers do you have, or is it too many to?
No. I really don't have too many. Matter of fact, the only one that I have is that Optimus Prime that's signed by Peter Cullen. Like that's the only OG Transformer that I have in my collection right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've been collecting more third party, just because of the articulation. I love the articulation of third parties. So
yeah,
I've been mostly collecting that. I have a bunch of world's smallest Transformers, and they're kind of modeled after the original one, but they're like only like an inch tall.
Oh, they're tiny.
It looks like Cobra Commander.
Holy mackerel, that's tiny. Does it transform? Is the question.
It's more than meets the eye. It's a robot in disguise.
Oh, cheese and rice.
Yep. He transforms.
These bear paws would have trouble doing that.
Oh yeah, this is so difficult to do.
Oh my god, that's tiny.
Yeah, it is. It is a tiny.
Don't break it.
These are the world's smallest Transformers right here. They stand like about an inch, fully transformed.
Yeah, they're like 3 thumbs tall.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow.
My buddy, one of my best friends gave me his world's smallest Transformers collection. I have maybe probably like 20, 25 of them just chilling right there.
I'm afraid to buy some of the cooler new ones that have more articulation and stand more dynamically and all that stuff, because I'm going to open up a whole new. You know what I mean?
You will, because then there's these other ones called these are legend size, and
yeah, that's already.
This is like G.I. Joe size right here, and this one's also fully transformable. This one transforms into the truck, but the thing is with these like third parties and these masterpiece sizes, there's like 40 moves that you have to do in order to transform them. They're crazy. Yeah. But I like these smaller ones just because I can keep them on my desk here in front of me. Like for example, and they look cartoon accurate. So this is RC right here, right?
Yeah.
And she's also like smaller than G.I. Joe 3.5 size, and she fully transforms too. So
yeah, I think the 80s G.I. Joes were 3 3/4 inch.
Yeah, they're about as big as this So I got the Void Rivals
okay.
pack.
Yeah.
And yeah, these Void Rivals.
Yeah, you
They
took a
feel like,
picture
yeah,
with Jetfire and those two in
yeah.
the foreground. That was a good picture.
Thank you. And yeah, these ones right here, they totally remind me of the old 80s GI Joes.
Mm.
Totally. Right? Like they look like they're built exactly the same way. That's what I loved about that Jetfire pack from San Diego Comic Con.
That's why I loved GI Joes when I was a kid, is because back in the '80s, having an action figure, even though it was only 3 3/4 or whatever, it was so art. So many different positions you could do
Yeah.
with them. Kicking, fighting, holding the gun, whatever.
Yeah. But
And I would
yeah.
just set up major battles in my backyard and just stand over and look at it like, wow.
And
Oh,
now
absolutely.
like these things are crazy. Like the leg
Ultra
movement
Magnus.
on them, the just like you can totally just like move them and tilt their head. These things are
Wow.
crazy and fully transformable too. Like
That's wild.
you don't dude, Jeff, run away.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
not gonna open that door. I can't.
oh yeah, you don't, because I did this year and I went really, really crazy. Like I've collected them lightweight over the years, but for some reason this year it just kicked into high gear. I just recently, and it came in, I recently won a $160 toy. Like I won it in a raffle. And I was like, well, if I have that one, hold on. Oh shit.
I do that. Like, oh, they got me started on it. Well, I got 15 issues of this comic series. I might as well get a few more now that I have about.
Yeah, that's what happened. That's literally what happened these last 2 weeks. Hold on, I'm gonna show you.
It's funny you say that, Matt, because I'm still reading through Crisis on Infinite Earths, the graphic novel.
Oh
and
yeah.
And now I find myself perusing eBay for the actual copies.
So I won this guy,
Oh wow.
one of the Combaticons, right?
Okay, I was like, who is that?
He's one of the Combaticons from
All
this
right.
from this company called Magic Square, and these are G1 accurate. Like if you compare this to the cartoon, it looks almost exactly the same, right? But I was like, well, shit. If I have that one, might as well pick up another Combaticon,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I was like, oh, wait, hold on. There's a deal. All right, and I'll get another Combaticon, right?
The box of Pandora has been opened.
And then a buddy of mine was like, you know what? You might as well just get the fourth one that was just released, which is like the helicopter version. He goes by Vortex, I think, on G1. Yeah. I ordered him. He'll be in a couple of weeks. And then the final one, which is like the space shuttle, that's a part of the Combaticons. He's going to be released. No, not Astro Train. It's another shuttle. It's another shuttle. Okay. And he's going to be released like sometime next month or in November. And once I have all 5 of these, I'll be able to put Bruticus together, and he's going to stand like 22 inches tall.
Oh, I hear photo opportunity.
Oh my god, I have no place to put these things. I they're still in boxes for a reason. And then so like what the guy I bought the 2 from, he's like, hey man, you know what? You buy both of them. Like I'll send one. I'll send this to you for free. So I'm like, So I went ahead and bought the 2. I got this one for free. So this is gonna be a part of a feature giveaway right here. I just did like a little photo shot of that one earlier today, so I'm gonna put that up. But yeah, don't open this box, Jeff. Run away, run very.
I can't. My wallet can't handle it.
Yeah, because like this one right here is like by itself is like $100. This one by itself, brand new when it first came out, was like $170.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is.
I'm already starting. So I got a 14-year-old son. And so I'm already starting the Dad, I need a car fund, because I know I think he's going to get a part-time job, and yes, he's going to contribute, but I know I'm going to have to put the lion's share of the bill.
You have to sign
so
off.
I started that fund, and I know I'm going to have to sell some books and get the boy a ride. Oh my god! I hope his tastes aren't very champagne-y, because he's in for a world of disappointment. So, son, how do you feel about a 1991 Ford Escort?
Hey, I had one of those. A gray station wagon 91 Escort. That was like one of my first cars.
Get the old Vista Cruiser out, like in that 70s show, right?
Hell yeah! The more friends you can fit in it, the better.
And then here, hold on. And then this one here, Jeff.
There you go.
We had my buddy. He had a full on. He had an 80. And this is us in the last year of our senior year of high school. And that summer, my buddy had traded a car and got an 85 custom Chevy van, like the full size, like we called it the mystery machine, right? It looked like we were going to solve mystery of the haunted amusement park, you know. And and it had like the whole back laid back into a bed. So you can imagine a bunch of hooligans that are seniors in high school and are just out of high school that summer. We just would drive up where we wanted to, cooler full of beer, and just crash there, you know. So we would wreak havoc across the land like a band full of Vikings.
Yep.
One night we opened the door. You know how you can open the sliding doors and you can lock it in place and they'll stay open? And this is how dumb we were. We were in the back. It's got like captain chairs in the back and in the front, like, you know, the swivel kind. So we strapped ourselves in and I opened the van door and we were throwing beer bottles at signs on the road.
God.
I could have fell out and died. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, my buddies used to joke because we loved to go camping, and that was the thing. Go camping, bring your, coffin-sized cooler full of beer, a couple of 30 packs or whatever. Yeah, and it's like, you know what we're doing? We're just finding strange and new places to drink beer.
Exactly, and smoke weed.
Yeah, there you go.
Those were the
that's
days.
one thing. Like when you're living in where I live at in the mountains, there's so many places you can go. Like you can go in a park somewhere up in the woods, strip job, and just like build a bonfire. Or at least, strip job. In case anybody doesn't know, when we say that, we're talking about strip coal mining, where they strip off the mountain and it's like kind of like they leveled it out. There's no trees there. They're digging for coal, right? Well, after it runs out, they just leave it there. So people use it to go four-wheeling and stuff. We go up there and build bonfires. And it's not hard to find a place to be alone when you're living in the country. So that was one fun thing about being a kid. But then that's all there was to do was like build a bonfire and go drink somewhere. So we had a lot of people that ended up with drinking problems and drug problems.
Yeah, that's the unfortunate outcome for some.
See, and I used to live out in the country too, and I saw that all the time. Also, like there was bonfires out in the orchards. Yeah. There was orchard parties left and right.
Orchard parties.
Oh man, orchard parties. Orchard parties were fun, but it just wasn't my thing. I was like, sorry, there was just a lot of white people there, and I'm like this brown kid from the Bay Area.
That's true. That's true.
And I was like, what are you guys doing? You guys are drinking and what? Like, oh, we're just having fun, getting the buzz. Oh, I'm like, I'm good. I've been to a couple of them to hang out with some friends, but at that point, I was like, this ain't my scene. I'm good.
You know what though? Now, if somebody says, "Hey, we're gonna go to a party or something," I feel like cueing the Danny Glover clip.
I'm too old for this shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep.
Exactly.
And you know what? Let me put this in perspective, guys, for people our age. Danny Glover was 42 when he said he was getting too old for that shit.
I know. That threw me off. I was like, what? I'm sorry, what? No, that can't be it. Yeah, he was only 42.
I'm older than that now.
I'm 50, and a good time for me is laying back in peace and reading a comic book. I'm happy. I'm just happy. And a nice cup of coffee. I'm good.
See, good time for me is fishing.
Yeah.
Go fishing, or go to a comedy show with my girl, or I don't know, just go to the city and eat. Like we like eating. We like going to. We're foodies, so like we'll go to like a brand new restaurant, dude. But like we'll go to some crazy like. I shouldn't say crazy, but like just like not gonna lie, living out here in the Bay Area, it's just we have a lot of really good, variety. So I can have like Samoan and Tongan food, and then the next day go have Moroccan food, and then go over and have like 27 different types of Japanese food or 49 different types of Chinese food and all of the pho in the world because I like Vietnamese soup, and then the next day go over and get some Greek or Mediterranean food. Hey, you know what?
Now
There's
you're
this
talking.
Turkish spot.
Greek.
It's yeah. There's some really good Greek spots around here. Like not even like Nick the Greek. I know a lot of people are like fans of Nick the Greek, and it's a good spot, but it's a franchise. So like we'll go to like a mom and pop like Greek spot.
So, guys,
or like check out breweries. Oh yeah, that's the thing right there.
Yep. Gastropubs or whatever.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of them.
I guess everybody knows what today commemorates, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Tough one, man. It was a tough one.
Oh yeah.
Where were you, Matt? Where were you when it happened?
I was living in Nashville, Tennessee. I was sleeping on my couch, recovering from the night before, and I got a call, and Mom woke me up. It's like real early, ungodly early, at least for somebody that's been drinking all night. And so I wake up, and she's like, "We're under attack. We're under attack." So I'm still half asleep, so I'm envisioning like War of the Worlds or something, like what? And then I turn on there, and I'm like, well, maybe. I think a lot of people are holding out hope, like, well, maybe some kind of freak accident, and it's just one plane, and then another plane. I was watching it when that happened. I was like, oh no, this is not a drill. This is not a drill. And I said, yeah, that's okay. Well, that's that can't be two lightning strikes in the same place. So at that point, we realized, then they tell you there's more. And I remember just being freaked out. I had to roll up a cigarette. I'll just say a cigarette to calm my nerves down. I don't think I turned the news off, but I remember something else that day. It was like whenever I went somewhere, like to the grocery store or somewhere, everybody would kind of like look at each other and just kind of go like this.
Yeah.
Like, all right, we're all in this together, and like that kind of sticks out in my mind too. And also like the fact that like everything stopped, like they canceled football games, baseball, like everything, because they didn't know what was going to happen, So
I think it was 2 or 3 straight days of this constant coverage. There was no other programming you could really find. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Well, you kind of wanted to know what was going to happen. Like, are they going to find out who did it? Is it worried about more things happening, or? I knew one thing though, it was going to be different. I knew after that things were going to be different.
And then anytime there was any type of large gathering of people, like at a football, baseball game, people that have to go through tunnels or large bridges or anything like that, they were scared, which is, of course, that's why they did it, to cause that fear. But
yeah, my ex-wife, she woke me up. It was like 6:45 in the morning here in the Bay Area. She's like, "Hey, look, there's a building on fire." I'm like, the fire department will get to it. She's like, no, it looks like a big building. She's like, actually, it looks like it's New York. And I was like, what? And I just rubbed my eyes and I was looking at the TV. I'm like, whoa, like this the Empire State Building? And then like as I was able to like clear my eyes and get a real good look, I'm like, holy shit, that's what happened? She's like, I don't know. They just said that something's on fire. And then all of a sudden you hear, it might have been a report to say that it was a plane. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's a plane. That's crazy. And then like a half an hour later, then you see the second plane, and you're like, did we just see what we just saw? And then like you hear the Pentagon got hit, and that's when everyone's we're under attack. There was a plane that was actually on the way to San Francisco too, they said. There was a plane on the way to San Francisco, and they put that one down also. I don't know if they caught it or something, if they caught those people, but there was a plane on the way to the Bay. We're like, holy crap. And yet everything shut down. Work called to like not come in. The whole Bay Area, the whole nation shut down, right? And it was really freaky because at the time, I was living with my ex-wife. She's my girlfriend. I was living with my ex-wife, and her her mom's um, condo where she lived. There was just constant airplanes always going over us, right? Because we have 3 major airports here in the Bay Area. And you would always have airplanes constantly going over, and for like 2, 3, 4 days, it was just absolute silence. It was furious,
which is unusual. It's like that made it unusual, like so that not hearing something you're used to hearing, like on a daily basis, like that.
yeah.
Yeah, I lived in
Freeways were relatively empty.
Redwood City at the time, so we constantly saw the SFO traffic, right, which is
Yeah,
constant and heavy.
yeah.
And after, the people talk about that term, your blood runs cold. I didn't know what that meant until I was watching the news coverage of the one tower that was on fire, and they were saying, yeah, it sounds like an airplane accidentally or had an accident and flew into it. And I'm like, oh man, that's terrible.
Yeah.
But to see the second jetliner just go into it,
Yeah.
that's when it hit me. I went, oh, okay, this is on purpose.
And I didn't initially, and it's very jarring. It's very jarring. I mean, we're used to like the Hollywood blockbusters, but it was so jarring to actually see something I've only seen in a movie. Maybe like it goes in there and it's just like it's almost like it's such a high velocity the jet basically turns into the tower. You know what I mean? It just like disintegrates as soon as it goes into it, and then it
absorbs
just like
into it.
The fire.
Just absolutely surreal when you see it happen. You're like, did we that can't, no, that's not what we think we saw, is it? And they're like, yeah, no.
Bill said his company identified the hijackers, and they still work to ID human remains.
Yeah. Damn.
And then I think the worst part was like I thought there was like debris falling out of the building, but it was
people.
It was people.
And that's
a horrible decision. Like, what are you going to do? Burn to death or jump? I mean, that's
just.
I can't imagine.
Sounds also, and I don't want to get too deep into it, but when years later, people are talking about the sounds that they would hear, after, and it's I cannot imagine people seeing that, it just people who were in New York, at the time, 100% feel for them. People who were in Manhattan at the time,
it's like the people that were at that university that witnessed what happened. We won't get into it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Those college kids are scarred for life.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you see something like that, it's.
At the time, I worked at Kinko's in North Palm Beach. The pilots used to, oh snap, that's crazy, Phil. Yeah, and we'll never forget. Declaring it Patriot Day, over the last couple of years, I like that, but the way the nation is, I don't. Again, not trying to get too political. The nation at this moment is highly divided, and it just doesn't. It seems appropriate, but at the same time, it doesn't seem right. Not yet, because we're not unified.
We're there for a brief moment, like in time. Sometimes, like when the shit hits the fan, like at Pearl Harbor, people are like, "All right, no, that we're not going to do that." You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Patriot Day. Oh yeah, what about the Boston the marathon bombing? I really liked the way that it was a good movie. But you know what? I also like the way the police handled that. They were relentless. They got that guy because he couldn't get out of town because they made sure they were like that was scary too because they shut the entire city down in Boston. Like nobody's leaving, nobody's getting in. And sadly, you have to do that in a situation like that, or the guy could have got away. But also I think we pretty much over the years have lived in a bubble. We've only been invaded one time. That was like in 1812, when we were back at war with the British after another, like a 10-year break. We took a 10-year break. So we get in a fight with them again, I guess, just to prove the point, Anyway, whatever, regardless, that was the last time we've ever had a foreign army invade American soil, right? So, then we had the Pearl Harbor thing, but look how long we went without something like that. And then we're living in this bubble like, I don't know, we're going along. And then all of a sudden, bam, reality, I don't know if that makes any sense.
See, this is the time when we need red coat. Why wasn't red coat a real thing? Where was the northerner during all of this?
Oh, I know, right?
I agree.
Where was the northerner in red coat? Jesus, those guys, they took their time. Those guys were just a bit too late. How dare they? What is going on with this world? Northerner and the red coat.
No, I know what Matt's saying, and I think he's 100% correct. Because if you're born in the United States, you grow up in a certain level of I guess it's just expected security. Like bad guys aren't going to get to us. We're the U.S. We have all the bombs and missiles and tanks and blah blah.
We
blah,
have
blah,
all
blah.
that ocean between us, right? You know, it's like
no, the world's different today. It's different today. No one's going to come, storm our beach or try to fly a bunch of planes over, like a conventional attack. That's not the way it's going to go down.
They're going to go after
it's going to be jetliners through planes and car bombs that I could go in, but I don't want to.
They're going to cut our water. They're going to cut our internet. You cut my internet, I swear to God, I will have words with you.
When my internet goes out,
to the manager right now.
I feel like I need to put when the internet goes out, I feel like I have to put a straw hat on and some suspenders, and I turn into Michael Landon from Little House on the Prairie. All of a sudden, it's like, oh well, back in my day. And then I realized we didn't have shit like that back in the day. We've got by on a lot of like VHS tapes.
If they damage this,
I
will be a force to be reckoned with.
There will be hell to pay.
I'll be a force to be reckoned with.
That's such a cool cover.
There will be hell to pay. That thing looks like it needs to be in a comic capsule there, Big Jeff. I don't know if I've told you, but there's a code. You can use eMan10 for 10% off at comiccapsule.com.
Oh, actually, so I bought the 6-pack, I think it is, or 5-pack or whatever it is. Does it hold silver and gold or just modern or?
I think it's I believe it's just modern and silver age are the only two sizes. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to get 10 of them when I get paid again. I will use your code. Because if I use the code, it'll be even cheaper.
Use code.
It would be. At least it gets a tax tick off of it,
Yeah, exactly. .com, use code eMan10 for 10% off. There. For those who are wondering. So I'm prepping. I know I got a long ways to go, but I'm prepping, and I know I don't put out too many videos, but when I do, I really try to do my best, right? So 1,000 is only like 200 away for me. And I already reached out to Comic Capsule and I was like, hey, I need a Skittles pack. I need a 10 Skittles pack for the giveaway. And they're like, yeah, no problem. So there's a Skittles pack is gonna be involved in the 1,000 subscriber giveaway, a couple of Transformers, a couple of signed books. I'm still trying to figure out exactly how I'm gonna do it. I have quite a ways to go, but I have some stuff lined up already. So yeah. So when the day comes, the Skittles pack is going to be up for grabs over at the channel, and I don't want to spread it out like too much to try to get people to like subscribe just for the giveaway. Get all these fake accounts like for just coming in for the giveaway. But just prepping. Our community. Hey, I got something cooking. It might not happen. It literally might not happen until 2026. Unless some huge surge happens and I put out like 3 or 4 videos, and all of a sudden, hey, there's a wave of subscribers. Hey, I'm like, hey, okay, that's cool. And we'll see what happens. But prepping up. There you go.
You're getting there. Where you could actually get like a sponsor.
It does look very beautiful in there, doesn't it?
It's quite
you can hang it on the wall. Those are UV protected too.
They are all of the good words. Or you know what? You could borrow some lights from Matt and just put the lights right behind it and just make it glow in the dark, make it all fancy, and just start playing some, Swedish house mafia. Oh, what's up, Poppy?
Hey.
What's up, Poppy?
How you doing, Poppy?
How you doing?
I do good. I'm doing good. I only get to hang out for a little bit. This is the first time I hang out here. I figured I got my man Evan, I got Big Jeff, and I got Matt the man right in the house. Right before I do some other. I'm chilling, man. It's been a crazy week for me. Cause take a look at this baby.
Ooh, what happened?
Yeah.
Oh
So
no.
you want the real story, or you want me to tell you the story, or you want me to make up a story?
So you were fighting a bear.
Okay, so we start with the bear fight. Okay, you used to see the other guy.
I can see the other bear.
What happened? Tell us, Izzy. Tell us.
Okay, no, the reality is I just woke up one morning and poof. Like seriously, it just like
Wow.
nothing. It just so I actually did go to I went to the doctor today, and he was like, well, you know, it's a condition that happens sometimes. It could be, you know, it just could be nothing, and it'll go away within a week or two, or it could be related to lupus. And I'm like,
Oh
which one is
Yeah,
it?
which one is it, Doc? Which one?
Let's
Yeah,
take a
it's
look
up
into
in
this,
flames a little
doctor.
bit.
Here's some blood. I need you to verify.
Well, yeah. So of course I also get, you know, I had to get blood work done. Look at that
Man.
baby.
Oh, dude.
Ouch.
You must
Eh.
not have had a Filipino nurse do that, man, because you
No,
know
dude.
Filipino
No.
nurses are like, oh,
Hey,
it's okay. I got this
I'm
right
gonna
here.
tell you right now, no one can find my vein. For years.
Oh my god, I have that trouble too.
I'm
Me too.
one of those guys that they smack that sucker up, and it's like, you know what I'm saying?
I have the same problem.
So
They can't find it here, so they always
you get
'cause
it
I have-
here, right?
Yeah, right.
I get it right here because these
I'm like-
veins pop out like crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
they use that butterfly thing. I hate that butterfly thing.
Yeah, I got the butterfly thing. I know what you're
Oh,
talking about.
yeah.
So I go there. I tell the lady,
I know
yeah,
a lot about blood
it's
work.
gonna. She was like, yeah. I tell her like this, yeah, it's gonna be forever for you to find it. It's like, no, I'll find it. And then she goes like this, and then she just goes up. I think this is. She literally said, I think this is a good spot. So so when they can't find the vein, it actually hurts more. The
Yeah.
needle actually hurts more. So I'm there. I'm like, yeah, that hurts. And she says, yeah, but blood's coming out. And I was like, okay. And I'm like, yep, that's leaving a mark. So there you have it, guys. I got a China, and I'm potentially something else. I won't say it because I want you.
Straight
Yeah.
up New Yorker status, right? I have a China.
I got a China.
China.
Yeah,
And
I
he's got
got this
track
for a
marks
week
on his
now
neck.
too.
They're gonna think like these guys
Oh,
getting
no,
in
no,
fights and using
You
their
need to go
recreational
around. You need to go around saying it's like, all right. So the kids were at the beach, right? And there was a shark. Right? All of my stories are like that. All of my
but
stories
see,
are like
I
that.
can't do the shark story, you know, because you didn't know it.
No,
You know,
easy.
you know, there was a floating body.
No, you can always.
Yeah.
have
There was
There's
a
a
floating
floater.
body in the hut. Yeah, there was a floater in the Hudson, and unfortunately, you know, that's how it works around here.
Or no, if you're with your wife somewhere and they ask you what happened, just look at her a little sheepishly and then look back at them and say, I ran into the door.
No, I fell down the
Look
stairs.
at her like
I fell down the stairs.
yeah.
But you
that
live in a
right?
ranch house.
Well, they know I live. I live in a 5-story, man. So we're good. Yeah,
She
this dude
pushed
is
you,
just
didn't she?
let
You
me see.
pissed her off.
Okay.
Didn't you? Like that's going to be the question. You
That's
pissed her
better.
off, huh?
Yeah, I piss her off all the time. That's normal.
Look at that wide shot. I love the wide shot.
Yeah.
right there.
I could make it even wider. It's just
Ooh.
then you get to see the garbage.
Whoa. Make
Let's
it
see,
even
let's see.
wider. This is a family show, sir. Please control your inhibitions.
I already talked about China, so
Can I see the man?
look at that. That's the
Yeah.
wide shot. Look at that thing.
Look
Hey.
at that. That's
Look
wide
at that
right
baby.
there. I like that.
But I didn't give you the beauty, the rest of it. You need
Dude,
one more thing.
You're the beauty there, baby.
Oh,
you're the
so
beauty.
thank you.
You're all we need.
Thank
to
you.
see there. Very
Thank you,
white
honey.
stuff.
You know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah.
There we
Oh.
go.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and pants and boots and
Oh,
pants.
you want the beat? Okay, that's enough of that.
Now he's got blowing those whistles.
This is the hard
Someone-
part. Trying to
Someone's
did you
gonna
see what I
come
won?
at me like, look at these idiots.
the
I won
hard
a
part is
giveaway on Instagram. I won that.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
dope. I like
that's
that.
my boy. That's my boy Jeff, man.
Somebody named Jordan.
Love me
It's
some
got
Jeff.
Jeff on it. I thought it was pretty cool.
Jeff and
But yeah, they mailed it to me. He gave me he said, "You want to get it graded?" I said, "Well, I can't really afford to get it graded right now." But he sent a form in it. The artist, his name's Jordan. can't remember his
Peterson?
first name. Oh,
Yeah,
no,
so I can't. I don't know how long you guys stay here for. But I do have a show at 9 o'clock. I have to partake in.
What are you talking about?
yeah,
It's only 5:03, Izzy. I don't
I'm in
understand.
it.
You can
I'm in
stick
it like
around a little bit
Oh, by the
longer.
way, the show yesterday with Cliff was awesome, Izzy. That
You
was
mean
a
to
fun
close?
show.
You mean Wednesdays? No, Tuesdays. That was Tuesday.
Yeah,
was
oh yeah,
Tuesday.
okay, Tuesday. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. We're going to be doing more stuff like that. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any clips because I never bothered to record it right in the cloud, and then for some reason it's still processing in YouTube. 2 days later, it's still processing.
Are you
That's weird.
using OBS?
No, actually, I'm using Talk Studio.
Oh, okay.
So it is StreamYard. It's StreamYard-ish.
Yeah.
But what I love about it is all this other stuff that comes with it with Stream. I use Streamlabs now. And yeah, Cliff hates it, of course. But for me, you know, it is missing some of the key functions that StreamYard has, but it's not too far off, right? And I could dance around that. You know what I'm saying? I'm digging the colors, Matt. I'm digging the colors. So I'm fine with it. I think with all the other added advantages that I have with Streamlabs, because I have sponsorships campaigns as well.
This guy throwing it out.
You know what I'm saying?
He's Cody Mantan.
I think that's worth
Big
it.
time.
So you got a good price tag. It's like $25 for the complete suite, right? Because it's a suite. It's not just one program. It's a suite.
Mhm.
And then you also have sponsorships that are part of it too. Sponsorship campaigns that you can apply for. So there's that, man.
Love it.
I just love Matt has the light thing, and then he got the curtain. He's like, it's just a standard background. Like, look at us, look at E-Man and me. We got this whole setup, and you got the lights just blinking for you, and it's like it works.
I
It's the
love
best.
it.
Well, I'll show you what I got set up so far. I got this magnetic tape. There's like it's got an adhesive one side of magnet. And I got steel walls. So I did a little display I'm working on right now. I'll show you.
Oh, cool.
It's not the graded ones. I'm just going to put like a few on the
look at
wall. And then we'll have a few. Something fell off because I had the action figures. I was trying to stick to the another one just fell over there. I was trying to stick to the back of the package. It won't. The adhesive won't stick to the back of the packages.
Yeah,
so,
I'm digging the rocket.
Something else just fell.
Oh, Jeff Wolverine. That was a pretty good story. Is that Farrah Fawcett?
It's Betty as Farrah Fawcett from Archie.
Oh, that's awesome. That's pretty cool.
Dan Parent signed that for me at Heroes Con.
I know
and
Dan.
I got some stuff fell off. Just fell off. You see where there was like the strips, but I'll have
I
to
see the strip. Yeah, it's crazy. Like if I could show you this room, like I would. It's kind of hard to show it to you because that camera's kind of mounted. It's something. I'll do a little tour here and there, but like everything here looks awesome, and then the walls look great and stuff like that, and they got some books here. But then when you get to like the floor area, that's that's where the mess is.
I feel you.
You know,
like under my desk, like that's where all the comics are. That's where all the new Transformers are at. I feel you. Like
like I got like my
waist
boxes
below. Like it's a mess.
You know your boxes for shipping. So when you're gonna do giveaways, you don't have to worry about your boxes. I put all my boxes. I just toss them there. They go right there. And then like right over here on the floor, I have like I got two shopping bags, and one of them has a monitor that's inside that I never bothered to display because it's an older monitor and there's no real place in this setup for it. Then I have like another bag, which I don't even know what's in that bag, to tell you the truth. And then there's some boxes. And if you look down here, you can see a little bit of it. Down here is where I keep 2 levels of comics. So I have 2 levels of comics. So just right across those like boxes of comics. I got about 60 comic boxes, 60 short boxes. Yeah, man, it's a lot of 90s crap.
That's crazy.
Because that's when I was collecting comic books. I'm not one of these. I'm not one of these guys that go crazy trying to buy the most expensive book. I buy reader copies, and that's what I have. I have a lot of reader copies. So
look at Matt. Man,
Matt's just working it, man.
He's just like
You know,
Now
you
I got
know
this
what we
song.
need.
Purple
No,
rain, purple rain.
no. You know what you need now? You need the little smoke machine, right? So you could just come out of the
Yeah.
smoke, right? And then you and not purple rain. You got to get the bat dance.
Oh,
You remember the bat dance?
oh, yeah.
Since I was
Yeah,
a kid, did he said get the fuck out? Was he saying?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
that was like a thing too.
Because people want to say he says get the funk out, but I don't think it was get
Oh,
the
God.
funk out.
Pops is here. I gotta go.
It's Papa.
I gotta
Papa,
go.
it's
Pop is here.
it's Thursday. What's going on, man? You gonna do your show or what? Show's off, but there's so much to talk about.
There is, but Pop, like, no joke, no disrespect to you. I really do gotta go. I said I can only be here for about an hour, so Pop's here. Pop is gonna take over my spot, right, Pop? Yeah. Oh, God. Damn. Do you roll it any harder into the back of your head there, Pop? Those things are gonna pop out. Oh my God. Oh my God. Look at him. All right.
So
No, but I
Phil
do gotta.
says the
I do
lyric
gotta
sheet
get
says
going.
funk.
It's Thursday night. I gotta head over to the brewery and have a family night with the family. Have some chicken wings and beer. So I will catch you guys
With
later.
the family.
Okay?
I love that line with the
Yeah.
family.
With the
I love
family,
you,
it really
baby.
is.
I love you,
too,
baby.
Poppy. Mwah. Love you guys.
You gotta
take
come
it
to
easy.
New York, man.
Yeah, I will. I'll let you know. Peace.
All right, man. Take it easy, bro. There you go. Jeff, I love the picture of Optimus. He's just
all
looking
right.
up like, what's going on in a world where. So are you happy for AJ Lee's return, Pop? Tell me that was not awesome. How awesome is AJ Lee that she managed to get the word therapy into a chat? I've never seen that ever. Therapy, which is awesome. Did you get to see it, Matt?
Fun ride. Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
It was fun, man, and I think for what it's worth, WWE's got something good going on, but I am pissed off about the Saudi Arabia and WrestleMania thing because those are just signs that they just don't care anymore. They just don't care. So, and granted, they didn't care a long time ago. you know what I'm saying?
Well, you don't have a lot of competition. You got to worry about it.
Well, they have the competition. I think that's not the problem. I think it has nothing to do with that's not a competition issue. That's we want the most amount of money we could put in our pocket. That's what that is. Because ticket prices are up, right? And I don't know if you ever heard Nick Khan, the conversation Nick Khan had with some kid about the ticket prices, and he's like, "Oh yeah, they should be worth double." So he's like, "Oh, it's all." He doesn't care anymore. You got that. You got this whole Saudi Arabia is gonna get Royal Rumble next year, and then they're gonna get the following year WrestleMania. And to be honest with you, if it's one thing. I have no problem with WrestleMania or Royal Rumble or anything like that. It's like in any other country because there's tourists, right? You're not going to get the same tourists in Saudi. I'm sorry. It's just not happening. People are not going to flock into Saudi Arabia.
Especially the way the world is today. I'm not going to any of those countries.
Yeah. Yeah, they already own golf. I know. Tell me about it. Not that anybody cares as much, but it's just one of those things where it's like, dude, you're clearly you don't give a damn anymore.
No, they don't care about the fans anymore anyway, or they wouldn't be asking us to pay more.
Well, the ESPN situation is more about ESPN, not so much WWE, because ESPN is charging it's $29 or $39. It's $29. They're charging $29 for the service package, which I don't know if they're gonna actually make that kind of money. Not because it's WWE, because it's going to have so much more than WWE, which I get that
also, part. But they're making, like, I don't really think they're for fans much anymore because they don't. I mean, think about, like, how much it costs to even go to one of these events now. I mean, they're not very.
It's insane.
You have to be pretty much rich. It's
insane. It is absolutely insane with these events because that's the thing. It's like it stopped being a fan situation a long time ago. So and again, going back to this whole thing of a traveling WrestleMania, I'm perfectly cool with that. Give me WrestleMania in London. Give me WrestleMania, heck, in Japan. That'll be awesome, right? Like the Tokyo Dome getting WrestleMania. I don't think New Japan would ever allow that, but that would be awesome, right? That's cool. But the idea of everything going to Saudi is clearly a money grab. Clearly a money grab. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get like The Rock in this or Stone Cold coming back, because they gotta put the Brinks trucks on these guys.
The Saudis are buying the fight game. Any kind of fight entertainment. There's a bunch of UFCs, boxing, DAZN boxing's over there.
It hurts the fan base. Like, they're not going to be able to go see these things. Right. You know what I mean? Like, people will travel to all these other places. I love it when they go to these international shows. I think they're great. Saudi is different.
Yeah. That's
you know what
I'm
saying?
Trip.
It's not even a trip. It is like, do you want to go there?
Oh, there you got it finally. You got it. Right on. Sorry it took so long.
About it. That's how
now you know how lazy I am.
Yeah. So that's what's going on in my neck of the woods. I got that. I'm gonna be doing I'll be doing cover prices a little later, so that's where I'll be next and stuff. So you heard it here first. I'm making my debut in the cover price show today.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Where did my mouse go? There's my mouse. So what else is going on?
See, they got rid of Red Hood.
Do you really want to talk about that?
No, I was just saying they got rid of it.
They got rid of it not because of Red Hood.
Yeah,
I'm just bummed because I wanted to read the story. I'm not happy of the reason how we got here, but
I don't
really want to talk about it.
They should have just replaced the writer and let the book keep going.
Well, they have to cancel the book because the writer wrote multiple stories. It's not like they're gonna have a story for next month.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So I'm sure we'll get Red Hood back. I'm sure it wasn't that big of a deal to cancel it. They had plans for it from what I'm hearing, but you go up with some those were just stupid comments, man. I don't care how you feel about somebody. I don't care what's your political, side to think. You just don't say what this person said.
If you want to stay employed too, like at a company like DC, they're owned by Warner Brothers.
But even so, man, keep it to yourself, man. You just buried yourself right there. You buried yourself by saying the things you said.
They're not going to be able to get another job anywhere.
Look at Mark Waid. Mark Waid went on the rant and said certain things, but it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? You're celebrating the passing of somebody, regardless of what type of person this is, right?
Or how you feel. Not the passing of somebody. You're celebrating the murder of somebody.
Yeah, the assassination. I was trying to keep the word out of the channel. But you're celebrating that somebody lost a life. That ain't right. I don't care who you are. You know what I mean? And
look, it's not free speech, because the thing is, freedom of speech is look, I can say what I want, but people are gonna, if I say something that's controversial, and you guys you have the right to get mad at me and maybe not talk to me no more if you don't want to. It's not, I can't control after I put something out there what's going to be done. So you have to be careful, even though we live in with free speech.
Thank you, Papa.
Sometimes
people mistake freedom of speech in the United States for freedom of speech in wherever I am, whatever company I work for, blah blah blah, and that's not the case. No.
Well, and at the same time, freedom of speech means you have the right to say what you want to say. That also puts you in the same place that someone else has the same right to say the exact opposite of what you say, right? Because it works, but it's a two-way street, right? But the problem here, no one's complaining about the fact that someone felt a certain way about a certain person's political structure. it had everything to do is that you're celebrating what happened to this individual.
Yeah, exactly.
And by doing that, that puts you in just as bad of a position as the person that actually did it. You get what I'm saying? And then you're writing a character who is a vigilante character. So there's all sorts of problems.
I didn't even think about that angle at all.
Then there's all sorts of things. It's like saying, oh yeah, this person's writing Punisher. You know what I mean?
Right,
Punisher,
right.
you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
So what is the mindset of this individual to say the things that they have to say in that way? Yeah, that's just you're just as bad as the person that you're shouting about. I'm sorry, you just are. So that's the, you know what I mean? Sometimes you do have to keep it to yourself because
I mean,
freedom of speech
not only
also
did
means,
she not only did whatever she is like probably mess up her career for the near future, if not
she's
for the
done.
rest of the time.
She's done.
She's also put herself in danger. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because there's Looney Tunes all across the spectrum of politics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for
Yeah,
her
of
to come
course.
out publicly and say something like that, what if some Looney Tune decides, "Oh, I don't like what you said"?
Well, enough people did. but you're absolutely right in saying that, Jeff. I think what the problem here is just the fact, the real problem I think that we're having now is that even if we say what we want to say, we're so divisive right now as a country as a whole.
Yeah,
That yeah, we're so
Yes,
divisive
Papa.
as a country as a whole is that people are literally going out after each other as a result of this stuff.
Yeah.
You know, say what you want to say. You just created a martyr. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
that's why I like talking about.
That's not
comic
as
books,
good.
you know.
I agree, but comic books touch the subject matter all the time, right? So comic books are just a reflection of things that happen. It's, you know, Neil Adams used to do it. Before that, Stan Lee used to do it a lot. A lot of people didn't even notice it. It was very ambiguous in the style, but it was really obvious. So,
Yeah.
you know, so which book is that?
Job.
Junk Waffle. It's
Junk Waffle.
John Baudet.
Baudet. I know Baudet.
Yeah,
I know Baudet.
Old underground comics. Yeah.
I interviewed Baudet years ago, but maybe 3 years ago.
Yeah,
he's out based out here.
Yeah, Vaughn is his dad. Vaughn died.
Yeah,
probably Mark Baudet. Yeah,
it's definitely Mark.
It's done. Yeah,
definitely.
I got a weird one from.
Took up the mantle after he did. You know, after he died. He died kind of like he died in his 30s. He was really young.
A weird one from Cicada Comics he sent to me as like a bonus or something. Never heard of it. Supreme Comics.
Yeah, there's so many comic books that are out there, man.
No clue what it is.
Like that's those 70s ones. Is the ones like that were sold. They had some like they weren't even sold in regular like comic newsstands. You had to go like a head shop or something to get them.
You had to walk through the doorway that had all the beads hanging.
The underground market was created in the 70s.
Yeah.
So, and it exactly was that. It was an underground market because the direct shop didn't really exist just yet. The direct shop was still a thing, so people would get their comics, like their underground comics. That they found crazy ways of getting these books. Like, it's really cool hearing the stories. You know, those stories like American Splendor or why the name's escaping me. Fritz the Cats is one I'm thinking off the top of my head. Zap Comics.
All the Robert Crumb stuff.
Yeah, Robert Crumb stuff. All that stuff, man. They were coming from the underground scene was crazy. And sometimes these people were just doing it themselves. So that is true indie. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like back in the day. Like, have you ever, Richard Corbin? Like, have you ever heard about how he would do his color? Like, it's just I can't explain it, but like, Google it sometime. Like, he did his coloring. It's like the only person that did it like this. And I can't remember. I'm not much on the technical aspects of all the. But like, there's a reason he got like all these color out there. It was like he would like put one color on at a time. Like,
Yeah. Oh
like
yeah, but it was Silkscreen. It's called
yeah,
Silkscreen.
yeah.
So I know that process. It is hard because
Tip a tone.
yeah. So one of the things about that process is to do it on a page is one thing, but to mass produce it, it's another thing.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of most of those books of that era, the only part that was colored was the cover. So the
Yeah.
interiors were regular newsprint.
Black and white.
Yeah, it was regular black and whites, which I like. I love black and white comics.
Izzy and Papa, did you guys like Cartoonist Kayfabe? Did you like that channel? Or are you aware of that channel?
I'm aware of the channel. I'm definitely aware of Pisscore.
Okay.
And I, of course, is the tragedy. Is talking about tragedy. I'm aware of it, but I never listened to it.
They go on some pretty deep dives of
Yeah.
of a lot of the old school ways guys were making comics and the different materials and how they did it and all that stuff. And I learned so much from those guys, or how how they.
Yeah, so
and they get guys on like Jeff Darrow and some of the lesser known kind of.
No, so I was aware of comic book kayfabe, but I never watched it because I wasn't embedded into the comic book scene for a while. When I say I was on a hiatus, I was on a hiatus. I was completely gone. Kind of like for me, it ended when Wizard ended. Right? So when Wizard was done, that was it. Right?
Oh.
The only thing I would do is I will always go to New York Comic Con. So I never miss New York Comic Con, and that's kind of like how I remind myself. But then after the pandemic, I was not part of the whole, the comic book boom of 21 and then going on to 2022. I'm a fake comic book fan, someone I don't.
No, man, you're a cover lover. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So I got involved after all that stuff. So I came back because I wanted to do something with comic books. I knew some of the stuff that was going on, but I wasn't fully embedded. Obviously I got a rich background with comics, being a creator myself back in the early 2000s, and then before that just being a fan. But then afterwards, it's kind of like I just fell off completely, out of sight, out of mind. I didn't read any comic books, so I missed out on a whole bunch of major keys that came out during that time. And then I started getting comic books again, and comic books is like the mafia. They keep pulling you back in some way. So
yeah, my blank spot is between somewhere around 1994 all the way to like 2011, 2010.
Oh, yours is even longer than mine, man.
Yeah, so I have a huge blank spot,
Yeah.
and a bunch of big stuff happened during that period. I'm like, Miles Morales is who?
Well,
Spider-Man? What are you talking about?
I left right before Miles. Right before Miles. That's when if I knew, I would have had a copy of Ultimate Spider. I would have had a copy of Edge Spider-Verse. Now I got to hunt this book down.
It was a mixture of I got older. I was now 18, 19, 20 years old, so other things were in front of my face, which kind of the comic books started to fall by the wayside. And also, all my favorite artists jumped over and created Image. And then the books that they put out, I was looking at them and like, wow, the art I recognize. I know McFarlane's art. I know Jim Lee's art, Los Portacio's art, and all those guys. But they're not drawing the characters that I care about. And I think that's what drove the semi permanent nail in the coffin for me.
Yeah. What about you, Matt? Did you ever had a hiatus?
Yeah, several.
Yeah.
I had everything stolen from me when I was in my 20s.
Oh, that sucks.
And they stole like my Neo Geo. I had a TurboGrafx 16 and all my comics. I had like the whole McFarlane like ASM run, the Spider-Man run. I had Spawn way up into the hundreds. Like consecutively.
Those are the hundreds are hard.
Yeah.
Like
and I had the G.I. Joe. I had the entire G.I. Joe run, which I'm trying to get back now. They stole everything. Probably got like pennies on the dollar for it. They probably just sold it all.
Oh, they probably didn't even know what to do with it in some cases.
But that kind of just I'd quit and then got back into it, and still had my childhood stuff, but then a lot of it got stolen, and then so I quit for a long, long time, and then the pandemic kind of, you get stuck at. And I've been reading like trade paperbacks, like I just buy like the Wolverine like miniseries just on paperback to read the story, and then but I wasn't collecting any like single issues. And then like when the pandemic hit, I was just like I had all this stuff my uncle had given my stepdad, and it was like all these hardcover editions of EC Comics, like every EC Comic series box set, and I sold some of those for my mom. And then I started, and he had a bunch of Dave Stevens stuff, and I just started collecting again. And then I started using some of those books for, yeah. And it was like he had a lot of that stuff, like like Cadillacs and dinosaurs. He liked stuff like that.
Oh, that's
like,
Cadillacs and dinosaurs is awesome, man. Schultz.
Tales, and then Schultz, and then also he had like, and I sold some of these I regret, but I got a pretty good price out of it. I had Planet Comics #1. The Stevens one, and I had a bunch of stuff like that. But he liked
those books. Those books are not hard to get these days, though. They're not as bad. They're not as pricey as people think they are. Because I think the Dave Stevens train, they did the documentary and his stuff just went up to the air, right to the roof. But I think now it's like
there's a couple of them that are like in the couple hundred, but like.
Yeah, but nothing's past like 200.
There's still some that are hard to get at any price, though. Yeah. The Elvira one, where she's on the.
I was just thinking about the Elvira.
That one's expensive.
Yeah, and they just did.
I want to get that one next. That might be. Yeah,
they just did.
Dave Stevens. I mean, and I said Mark Spears is going to be doing one with the blind bags, and there'll be a tribute to it in there.
I did not order a single Mark Spears blind bag.
Me neither.
I ordered 35, but. I know for a fact somebody ordered 200.
Yeah,
I wonder who that was.
Much love to the Mark Stevens fans. I'll give it to you guys. You guys are beloved. You love Mark. You support him any way you can. I find that commendable. You know what I mean? So no hating. I'm not one of those guys.
Yeah, everybody has their own individual taste. I'm over here like the lone guy that's like, I love Steve McNiven. I'm getting my hands on every Steve McNiven cover I can.
McNiven. I love McNiven. I love his.
Oh, you do? Yeah, I think you're like the first person I've found that concurs with me.
What he did in Civil War was amazing.
I loved his Cold Day in Hell, Daredevil.
His Civil War, Old Man Logan, even his Spider-Man run was great. Even though I wasn't crazy about Dan Slott writing, that was good stuff.
Moon Knight covers.
There's a few guys that I collect. Like even if I don't collect that series, if this a certain artist did it, like Mike Zeck or Neil Adams or something like that, or like Bill Sienkiewicz,
Sienkiewicz.
Well, whatever, however you say his name.
I'm just letting you know. Even I'm known as the butcher of names. I know it's Sienkiewicz.
I know it, but I just say it however I feel like it. But I collect if they did the art though, it's like okay, I'll get it. Or Todd McFarlane. I'll get anything Todd McFarlane did.
No, and that's fine. But going back to Sienkiewicz, the reason why I say that is because when you go to his booth in Comic-Con, he actually has his name in pronunciation format. So he's definitely a big stickler for his getting his name right. So that's why I say it. I personally I don't care. But I think there are certain artists, Dave Stevens, Mark Spears, even McFarlane to a certain extent, that they have a following that is rabid, right? That's what they want. That's who they love. It doesn't matter. They'll collect 101 things of this person, right? Baudet is probably another one I would look at as well.
Nobody.
But I think my whole thing with the Mark Spears thing is I think Mark Spears is a tremendous talent. He's an amazing talent. He's phenomenal. His work is fantastic.
Yeah, they can hear you nod your head.
However, for me, it's not about Mark Spears as much as it is the Universal Monster appeal to it that then becomes the Mark Spears part to it. I may be wrong in saying that, but that seems to be why people go and gravitate towards Mark Spears because of how he does these universal monster characters. Uh, what I want to be able to see from Mark Spears is I want to see some more diversity, which he is doing with DC now. But what I've been noticing with his DC stuff is that people are not running out to get that; they're just getting the monsters covered, which
He's
I think
getting ready to go to Marvel too. He's got to deal with
yes.
Marvel now too.
So he finally got to deal with Marvel, and I'm sure the first original ones are going to come out. But I want to see diversity. I don't want to see the same stylistic choices coming from him. And it gets tiresome after a while when you see the same Vampirella cover 1,000 times. It's because that's dynamite for you.
I think I agree. I think Mark Spears is super, super talented, but there's a saturation level right now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree. I think that happens all the time, right? That happened to Art Germ. Art Germ to me feels Liefeld's a different case altogether. but there is this level of saturation with a lot of guys that more recently they get someone grabs a hold of this artist and then they just milk it for what it's worth. Now, props to the artist that's able to get money off of this, because that's what they're doing. They're making a living, which I'm super proud of. Mark Spears, career projected. I just think there will be burnout. You know what I mean? And when burnout happens, how do you overcome that burnout? That's what I think. And I think the blind bags. First of all, I think the blind bags are starting to get a little overkill these days. If you keep the price at a minimum, I think the blind bags are okay. I think what DC did with Batman, $10 for a bag. You have people buying 5 copies and they're spending $50 for 5 comics.
Everything's falling off the wall now.
Yeah, but then again, they can't write a damn good story for the life of them these days.
Well, the comics are staying up though. Well, the one thing is he's doing differently with some of the. I noticed the problem with like the Battle Beast ones. You kept getting the same ones over and over. Now there's like 400 different. There's like 200. There's like 200 different covers you can get in these.
Yeah, that's way too much, man. That's insane, man. That's just that's crazy.
I got a few to sell, so
yeah,
I'm going to keep about 15 of them, sell 20 of them.
To me, man, that's definitely overkill to me, man. That's when you're like, yeah, no, you're gonna make me buy that many copies of one of the same book just so I could get lucky. And you know what I mean? Like
it's a marketing gimmick.
It is a marketing gimmick. It's like any other marketing gimmick, but after a while, the marketing gimmick, it's. I think this might crack it.
Yeah, and like we'll take the Batman bags
coming after that too. So, and they got
the Batman blind bags as a.
I like Lisa. She said, "Will I be in Midtown?" I literally say I did not buy monsters. It doesn't do it for me.
Well, they have another blind bag coming out in Christmas, and there's another one. KO DC KO's got one too.
The KO I'm interested because I like the concept. I like the concept they're coming up with, but like everything else, give me.
We ought to do a bracket, everybody. I've been trying to tell everybody we need to do a bracket pool.
Better do it quick.
What I would like to see is a return of grand storytelling. I want storytelling that's going to be long lasting. Like, say what you want to say about everything that's happening right now. Like, everybody said this story is great. This story is great. That's all fantastic. There's good reads out there, but I want to see stories that are going to have a lasting effect here to 5 years, here to 10 years, here to 15 years. I want stories that when we go back, we can say, yo, remember when that story came out? We have not had that in years. Years. I can't even tell you what's the last major.
Was that the Back to the Future one good? Was it pretty good?
I love me some Back to the Future. All right, guys.
I've been reading Big Trouble in Little China. Boom.
Oh, yeah. All right, man. let me let you guys go. I'm gonna be heading out to Cover Price at 9. So if you guys are out, you can always jump on over there and say what's up.
All right.
So,
All right. Well, I'll be
I'll
on
see-
for a little bit longer, but
I'll
thanks
see
for
you
stopping
guys.
by.
Take it easy, Jeff. Take it easy, Papa. See you, Matt.
See you, Izzy.
Well, we might call it here in a minute. We'll wait a little bit longer. I don't know. If people come by, there's a lot of shows on tonight. Anybody got anything interesting to?
Yeah, I'm not trying to say anything about Mark Spears' art. I love all of it. I think I'm a fan. But when you get to a certain level of market saturation, I don't know, it starts to kind of take away from the novelty of it, you know?
I keep forgetting it's football season. I don't really watch much football. I
Yeah,
watch
there's
college football sometimes.
there's Thursday night NFL. So whenever a football game is on, you're going to have a torn audience as far as doing shows and stuff like that. I just put it on the TV behind me on mute and just look back once in a while, see what's going on.
Who's playing?
Shit, I don't
See,
even
I don't
know
even
because it's
know.
not. I'm a 49er fan, so when the Niners aren't playing, I'm not really that invested. But I think it's Green Bay and somebody. NFL football. Washington and Green Bay or Baltimore. Yeah, Washington and Green Bay.
You know, I've been sitting here and slowly everything I put on the walls slowly fell off.
So that adhesive tape's not working.
It's working on the comics are still up, but like those action figures I tried to hang up like that fell off. The adhesive fell off. The magnets are still on the wall.
Papa, I do watch, but just not like every game. I have a fantasy team.
I watch college football. It's more exciting.
Those games are fun. I watched what was it, Iowa versus Iowa State, I think, because the guy that I work for, he watches it. So yeah, the like you look at the Batman blind bags. You know, people buy a lot of them, and they're obviously hoping for the 1 in 500 or the 1 in 1,000 gold. But even if you get those books, unless you are a collector and you love that book and you want to keep it, you better sell it quick because the values. I don't believe the value is going to really hold. I think it's a way for comic book companies or publishers to manufacture scarcity or perceived scarcity. Because if you pop one of those bags and you see that gold, you're going to be like, oh, I got one. Holy shit. Oh, my God. You know, it's like hitting the lottery or something. That's true. The college games are like, well, this team beat the other team 87-73.
Well, it depends on like who they're playing,
Yeah.
and like a lot of times these teams they'll like Alabama or somebody will try to start out with somebody they can beat the crap out of. Oh, it didn't really work out too well for Alabama this year, but yeah, like or they'll try to get somebody like a Division two school. You know what I mean? Like I remember the Miami Hurricanes would play, back in the day would play like Helen Keller School for the Blind, you know, or or something crazy like that, and just be like they would just beat them like they put a 50 burger on them, maybe 70 points, you know.
Yeah.
Oregon does the same. Oregon used to do the same thing.
I think it's
Doesn't
kind
make
of
it
fun
right, but
when
that's what they.
kind of fun when the unranked team or the complete total underdog team pulls out the win. It's fun.
Like my little cousin, he just well, he's not little anymore. He's starting his first year of college. He got a scholarship to East Tennessee State, and they were paid by the University of Tennessee. You know, the Vols are a pretty powerful team. They're an SEC team. They're bigger than ETSU. Well, they're giving them like $2.4 million to play a game against them. So the school gets all that money. They're basically paying these people to get their ass kicked.
Yeah.
You know.
That's like paying a fighter for a tune-up fight.
Yeah.
But watch out for them guys, man. Just because it's a quote-unquote tune-up fight don't mean they ain't going to try.
Yeah, you can still get people hurt. Definitely. I'm excited about the comics curing cancer thing. Papa's going to be doing another wood burning comic cover. He's going to burn on some wood. He did last year. He did the Lethal Protector. I think Matt Spidey got it, didn't he?
I don't remember.
It's really great. But I'm going to try to save some money that I would normally spend on some stupid place like Whatnot, and then I can get some stuff from Comics Curing Cancer and donate to cancer research. So
there you go.
It's actually see, then you can tell people, yeah, well, oh, you just waste all your money on comics. No, well, I donated to an actual charity. So,
yep.
And they had all the little hearts that Christina did coming out. Mom painted one at Heroes Con.
I'm trying to think of some books I could donate.
I think I'm going to get that Harley one that Mom drew. I think if I can find it, I gotta get my boxes all arranged. I got a big mess in here right now.
Are your boxes pretty much organized pretty well, or are they kind of mixed match right now?
They're all just in the closet. I got 4 over here, 1 over here, and then actually that one can't stay here. But
what I mean is, like, inside the boxes, do you have like all your GI Joes, and you have all your Spideys, and you have all your okay? Yeah, I need to do that. Mine are just a potpourri of.
I have some that are just random, but like I have a box like that's dedicated to Wolverine, and I got one specifically for X-Men, Captain America, and GI Joe. There's the main things I collect anyway. And then I do have like my Batman and my Superman, you know, like by different characters organized. Sometimes I just got all my Todd McFarlane stuff together with something he did. Yeah. But if I'm not collecting the whole series, but I'm trying to get all of his work on Spider-Man that he did. And which is hard enough because I got to try to get 298, 299, issue 300, and issue 316. Now I'm at the expensive ones now.
Expensive keys.
Yeah. So it's going to be a little slower on that. But if I see something else he did, like Infinity Ink or something, I'll pick it up, or Spawn.
I think if you just keep on poking around, looking around, I think you'll be able to find an ASM 300 for a pretty good price.
Yeah, it may not be there's a lot.
There's still a lot of them out there, and you never know when you're going to find that guy that needs cash, dude.
You never know. I'm going to make a call real quick. You guys hold the fort down just for.
All right. Papa, do you watch any college, or are you just mostly an NFL guy? Oh, okay. I'm going to make an assumption that you're a Chicago Bears fan. Yeah. I'm sorry. There you go.
Bears, Bulls, and the Cubs. I actually like all those teams. I don't really have a team anymore. I guess it's Cincinnati, just because I live in the Kentucky area, and that's kind of like what they show on TV. And one of my best friends that passed away a couple of years ago, he was a big Bengals fan, so I kind of just latched on to them, I guess. So I guess that would be my NFL team. Well, at least they got a good quarterback though. They just don't, I don't know if they have anybody to block for him, but Joe Burrow is a pretty good quarterback. But yeah, I used to back in the day. I used to like the Raiders because they had Bo Jackson. And when it comes to NFL, it's like if I like a player, I'll kind of follow the team for a while. You know, like I've never been like loyal to one team. Like I didn't really have a hometown team. I live in Kentucky, so
yeah.
And Papa Willie said, "Fuck the damn White Sox." Yeah, there you go. Nobody likes the White Sox, do they? Not even in Chicago.
I really didn't see any big White Sox fans ever until Frank Thomas had his pretty good run. Then all of a sudden you saw a bunch of White Sox jerseys everywhere.
I think that might have been also because Dr. Dre wore that hat.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I had a White Sox hat, but it wasn't because of the Chicago White Sox. It was because Dr. Dre used to rock that hat all the time back in the Chronic era.
Yeah.
And, so I was trying to be like Dr. Dre and Snoop. So, you know, back in the day, they were the coolest cats in town. They kind of aged myself there. It doesn't feel like, you know what? At the time, it seems like all groundbreaking, you know, like, oh, I'm listening to like the new Snoop album or, you know, I mean, like you think it's like, yeah, you're 1 minute, your finger's on the pulse. The next minute, you don't know what you're talking about anymore. They've been talking about somebody, be like, who's that?
Yep.
Like little something, you know, little Mac 10. Now, I don't know who little Mac 10 is. I don't know who that is.
Yeah. Yeah. Once it kind of moved on from the kind of Dr. Dre, Snoop, Ice Cube kind of era.
Well, anything in music, like remember how we thought how cool we were?
I stopped paying attention.
Like when we were like the first one, remember how cool you thought when you were like the first one in your friend group that was like had Pearl Jam 10? Like, check this out, guys. You got to hear this.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like you're on the pulse. You know what's hot, what's coming out, all the hot music. And now somebody would be like, I don't know who that is.
Yeah. I remember my good friend when he first showed me the Nirvana Nevermind album. He's like, dude, you got to listen to this. You got to listen to this. He hands me the CD, and it's that kid fishing for $1, right, underwater. And I'm like, Nirvana, what? I have no clue. I don't know what. And I popped that CD in my stereo at home, and I had one of those hi-fi house systems. And from beginning to end, I was like, holy shit.
You're like, what have I? Or like the first time somebody that you discovered like Tool or something, you're like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
Or like I remember that, like anytime like that, like we'd be trying to sneak and listen to like Iron Maiden, and it's like almost like when you're playing like Number of the Beast, you know, the intro where it's talking, it's got the guy talking and narrating, and it's almost like, man, are we going to unlock some evil spirit or something? It's like, oh, so unknown. Like, oh no. Like back then, it was like, oh, everybody's like, no, that's devil worship music. You can't listen to that. It's a satanic panic, you know.
You remember when they first started streaming radio stations on the computer?
Yeah.
So a friend of mine was listening to a rock station, and every Friday night or whatever, they'd have this show, hey, up and coming newcomers, new bands, blah, blah, blah. And they played, he played me some Linkin Park songs because they didn't blow up yet. And I heard them, and I was like, again, same feeling as Nirvana. I was like, oh, these guys are going to be monsters.
Yeah. Well, they had a good thing too, like with those bands, like, you know, you had like 311 was kind of like that too, where they're like melding two styles together. It wasn't like the rap rock or rap metal. It was but they were like fusing like hip hop with like reggae music and alternative music, and then you got like, and then like what Linkin Park did, where you got a guy that's rapping and you got a guy on vocals.
Yeah.
And you got it, you know, there's a different broke ground because you had like Limp Bizkit and stuff, but they were more like the the cool. I don't know how to say it. Like their lyrics are more introspective, and talking about different
Yeah.
stuff. They're basically just talking about breaking shit and getting laid.
Yeah, they were more, I think, more mainstream, kind of have more of a pop
Yeah,
edge to them.
yeah, that's actually the word I was looking for. My brain's not working today. I switched the gummies, and like these new ones are like this way. You'll take one at night to go to bed, and it'll still be working when you wake up in the morning. So,
Oh man.
what I did with them. Well, all right. Oh, did you see my? I think I ever showed
Yeah.
about that. I got the DVD.
Yeah, you showed me that.
I got them somewhere. I had to get my scales out. I got stuff to send everybody. I probably won't be able to send the stuff I got some ALKs and stuff for people, but it's probably going to be when I get paid again. I got to have another show printed out. I got to get my printer hooked up because I can't really do any whatnot sales without a printer. So,
Right.
I don't know what I did with them. Oh, they're lost.
Matt's
I
a
don't
pirate.
send
He don't care.
I didn't send anything through the mail. I got them as a present from somebody.
Mhm.
All right. Here they are.
Watermelon.
Yeah, 52 milligrams. Yeah, the scales for like weighing comics, though. I don't. We sell comics by the gram, not cocaine. All right.
Comics
Well,
by
like
the
when you use
gram.
pirate ship, if you're shipping on your own without like whatnot, and like sometimes Jeff will get some stuff. Like actually, Jeff's going to buy that Cobra Commander trade from me, so I got to like put his address in pirate ship. I can print out my own label, and you save more money at pirate ship. I feel like they should be paying me to advertise for them at this point, but anyway, so you got to have something. You got to have a weight. Yep. But yeah, it's a digital one. It's all right.
If it works, it works.
But I got to ship a Funko Pop out. I got to talk to Christine. I got a couple of choices for her. I didn't think she wanted a Slayer action figure with a big pentagram on it. So I asked her if she wanted a Funko. So I'm going to let her decide between these other 3 Funko Pops, which one she wants. Then I got to send you that Cobra Commander thing when I can. And I got to send that one thing for Simon. I got to send that out this week because I got to get Rob that comic book because that Comics Curing Cancer starts, I think, the 23rd or 24th, Papa? Yeah, so it's coming up. I better be thinking about seriously getting it in the mail.
Who do you send them to? I forgot.
Well, contact the Comics Curing Cancer or Rob. I think Rob directly. You can mail it to him.
Okay. I'll talk to Rob then. Oh,
Hey, I love it. Yeah, it did. Like when under the Cal MS, like when they it was a cheap comic collector was one that told me about it, and he's like, just use pirate ship. It's cheaper than going to the post office, and he's absolutely right. It was a lifesaver. But we'll keep it going for another minute or two. I'm gonna end it at I got a hard stop for 2 hours because I got my family coming back. They're bringing me some Cracker Barrel.
hey.
Jeff, if you want, we could do the show tomorrow. I don't know what we'll pick another time. You get off work at what 3:30 your time, which is
No, I get off at work. I get off work 1:30 my time, and I'm usually home by 2. Easily by 2, because the guy lives literally like 10 minutes down the road.
Let's just do it at 2:30 tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine. That works for me. I got to
Or
jump off
3
here
o'clock your time.
because I'm empty. I got to go to the store and buy some cancer sticks.
I think I can do it then because we have tomorrow. What the? I don't know if there's a Jeopardy tomorrow. I don't think that there is Jeopardy tomorrow. So because I think
I don't
Chris
no
will be
no
on with,
Jeopardy, no Jeopardy, but
yeah,
I think it'll be all the other stuff, or whatever
yeah,
other
we'll
stuff
do
is
that show
available.
on Saturday, Sunday. Yeah.
We'll find stuff to talk about. We always do.
We'll just do. I just didn't want to interfere if he was having a show tomorrow. You know, I didn't want to interfere. Of course, we only usually go about 45 minutes on the Good Cinema show. So,
yeah.
But I'm sure you watched the movie, so it's not like you're having to find some obscure movie to have to watch. But here coming up though, there's one called Macho Woman.
That's enough.
Yeah, for Bad Cinema. That I don't know when we're going to do it, but I got to find some clips of the movie. But it's pretty awful. It's pretty awful. Even by my standards, it's very awful. So tomorrow we'll do that at 2:30. But guys, we're gonna yeah, they're back. I'm just gonna get off here and eat, and then we'll do that tomorrow.
All right.
But I'd like to thank Papa Willie for being here and Big Jeff for being here. Papa Willie you still do the sweet chin music on Thursdays. All right. And then Jeff, he's always on my streams. And then
Yep.
we're always up to no good on here doing something. Sit it right
I'll
there.
see you all soon.
All right. So I'll see you guys later.
This is your biscuits.
Come, son of Jarrell! Kneel before Zod! Snitchy boochies.